Do you know how Supergirl actually landed on Earth in the Prime Earth universe? More importantly, how did she truly become Supergirl? And who was the very first villain she had to face? And what really happened during the final moments of Krypton? In today's video, we're breaking down her entire origin story. You don't want to miss this. But before we jump into the story, thank you so much for clicking on this video. If you love deep dives into comic lore, make sure to like, comment, follow, or subscribe to Comic Leap. All right, without further ado, let's leap in. Our story begins when a mysterious meteor slams into a farm in Kansas. The impact is so violent and travels at such an incredible speed that it punches right through the Earth's core, re-emerging all the way across the globe in Siberia. In that frozen wasteland, a figure rises from the snow. It's a woman we all recognize, Supergirl, also known as Kara Zor-El. She looks completely disoriented, like she's just woken up from a fever dream, having no idea where on Earth she is. Suddenly, a squad of massive piloted mechs surrounds her. The pilots shout orders, telling her not to move, and they waste no time trying to detain her. They fire laser lassos that bind Kara tightly. As they close in, one of the pilots notices something, a familiar symbol on her chest. But then, Kara feels a surge of energy boiling up from within. Immense power. She realizes it's coming from the rising sun. She can see that this sun is different from the one on her home planet. She knows for a fact this isn't Krypton. Fueled by the solar radiation, Kara snaps. She goes on a rampage, fighting back with everything she has, even though she can't fully control her powers yet. But Kara is outnumbered and lacks experience. Despite her raw strength, the relentless mechanical assault is too much, and she is forced to try and escape. Then, things take a terrifying turn. Suddenly, Kara starts hearing thousands of voices inside her head. It's just like Superman's super hearing. But for a rookie like Kara, it's overwhelming. The sensory overload is so intense she can't concentrate, and she lets out a piercing scream. That scream is no ordinary sound. It's powerful enough to shatter the mech's heavy armor. Realizing how dangerous she is, one of the robots slams her into the ground. But they made a huge mistake. They're messing with a Kryptonian. Kara instantly rips the robot's arm off and slams the machine into the dirt. She is in a full-blown rage now. She tears through the metal plating until she finds the pilot trembling inside. The pilot begs for mercy. But there's a problem. Kara doesn't speak a word of English. She only speaks Kryptonian, making communication impossible. She demands to know where she is, but neither of them can understand the other. Just as another robot aims its weapon at the back of her head, someone arrives in the blink of an eye. It's Superman. He looks at her, and in their native Kryptonian tongue, says just one word: stop. Let's take a quick step back into the past. Kara Zor-El is a Kryptonian, just like Superman. But in her mind, only 3 days have passed since she was holding her baby cousin, Kal-El, in her arms. But now, everything has changed. Back in the present, Kara stares at Superman in total shock. She demands to know where she is, who this man is, and why on earth he is wearing her family's crest. When Kara reveals she is the daughter of Zor-El and Allura, Superman drops a bombshell. He is her cousin, Kal-El. Thinking this man is a liar and an imposter, she attacks him blindly. But mid-fight, something strange happens to her vision. Suddenly, she can see right through things. She sees Superman's muscles, his skeleton, and even her own. Superman calmly explains that this is an effect of Earth's yellow sun, which supercharges Kryptonian physiology and grants them these godlike powers. But Kara is overwhelmed by emotion. She refuses to listen and lunges at Superman again. This time, Superman's patience finally snaps. He hurls her into the sky, and the two engage in a brutal dogfight above the clouds. All Kara can think about is finding her escape pod so she can go home. The problem is, she has no idea where it landed. During the chase, they soar over the Great Wall of China. Superman tries to intercept her, pleading that he can help. But Kara, fueled by teenage rebellion and pure grief, won't have it. She punches Superman so hard he flies straight through the Great Wall. As the local citizens panic, Superman rises from the rubble. He realizes they need to get away from the public eye and promises to explain everything if she just follows him. Finally, Kara relents. While flying, Superman explains that they are on a planet called Earth. He tells her how the yellow sun provides them with their strength, but he also issues a grim warning. He mentions the ancient Kryptonian legend of the World Killers, deadly living weapons that were exiled from Krypton forever. He warns Kara that with their power, they could easily become monsters just like them if they aren't careful. Then, he delivers the ultimate heartbreak. Krypton is gone. It was destroyed. Meanwhile, in a secret facility, a mysterious woman reports to her superior. They found an artifact inside a pod that crashed to Earth. Could this be the pod Kara is looking for? Kara still refuses to accept Superman's explanation. Honestly, this girl is incredibly stubborn. Since Superman can't provide any immediate proof that Krypton is gone, Kara decides she's had enough and flies away. She heads back to the original crash site to find her pod. But it's gone. In the middle of her confusion, a floating metal sphere appears, projecting a hologram of a man named Simon Tycho. Simon tries to explain that he's the one who recovered her pod. But remember, Kara still doesn't speak a word of English, so his words mean nothing to her. Realizing the language barrier, Simon shows her a visual of the pod, and that's all Kara needs to see to know he's the thief. The hologram vanishes, and the metal sphere begins to move. Driven by desperation, Kara follows the sphere, all the way out of Earth's atmosphere and into the cold vacuum of space. To her absolute shock, the sphere leads her to a massive space station. Inside, Simon Tycho and his assistant are watching her every move. This was exactly what they wanted. Simon plans to experiment on Kara, obsessed with the fact that she's an extraterrestrial being. As soon as Kara enters the station, Simon unleashes a swarm of robotic butterflies that blast her with lasers. But the Kryptonian teenager is tough. She withstands the attack. Then, Simon turns up the heat. He releases his creepy creation called the Brain. Poor Kara, who is completely lost in this situation, has no choice but to fight this thing. And let's be real, fighting a creature like that is just plain disgusting. Under intense pressure from the creature, Kara realizes she needs to get out. She uses her raw strength to smash through the station's reinforced metal walls. Once she's free from the sticky situation, she uses her X-ray vision to scan the station for her pod. She finds it and dives back inside to reclaim it. But the moment she touches her pod, something goes wrong. A wave of intense weakness washes over her. It seems the pod itself is being used against her. As Kara collapses, Simon Tycho appears, looking down at her with a sinister smile. He tells her not to worry, because he's going to take care of her. Simon Tycho feels like he's already won. He's discovered that Supergirl's suit is practically indestructible, and he's successfully locked Kara inside a high-tech research chamber. It looks like his twisted mission to experiment on a Kryptonian is almost complete. But Simon made one mistake. He underestimated human compassion. One of his subordinates, named Jacob, the same pilot whose mech Kara destroyed earlier, actually feels sorry for her. He sneaks into the lab, frees Kara from her restraints, and prepares to lead her to an escape pod. But the plan goes south fast. They're intercepted by Simon and his security team. Without a second thought, Simon orders his men to open fire on Jacob. Watching her rescuer get shot sends Kara into a blind rage. Even though she hasn't fully recovered her strength, she fights back with everything she has and breaks loose. Simon immediately triggers a full-scale lockdown, but he's forgotten one thing. He's dealing with a powerhouse Kryptonian. Kara manages to reclaim her suit and tears through Simon's security forces like they're made of paper. This girl is on another level. Finally, Supergirl corners Simon and his assistant. But just as she's about to strike, Simon pulls out his ace in the hole. The Sunstone, the very stone Kara's father gave to her. Even though they still don't speak the same language, Kara realizes Simon is using her father's gift as a bargaining chip to control her. But Kara is as smart as she is strong. Instead of attacking Simon directly, she fires her heat vision at the station's core power source, triggering a massive terminal explosion. As the station begins to tear apart, Kara swiftly snatches the Sunstone from Simon's trembling hands and flies out into the void, just as the entire facility goes up in flames. In the quiet of space, Kara looks down at the Sunstone and notices a tiny crack. A desperate hope begins to grow inside her. She needs to go home. She has to prove Superman wrong. Is it possible that a piece of Krypton still survives? Kara is flying aimlessly through the vast emptiness of space. She has only one goal: to go home, even if she has no idea where home is anymore. But suddenly, the sunstone from her father begins to glow, and something miraculous happens. A massive cosmic portal ripples open right in front of her. Trusting her instincts, Kara dives in. On the other side of the galaxy, the sunstone acts like a compass, guiding her toward a colossal asteroid city drifting slowly toward a blue sun. As she gets closer, her heart skips a beat. This isn't just any asteroid. This is Argo City, her home. It looks like a fragment of Krypton that somehow survived the explosion. But as she lands, the silence is deafening. There's no one in the streets, no signs of life. Her own home is empty. Kara enters her father's laboratory and places the sunstone into his machine. A holographic recording of her father, Zor-El, flickers to life. He explains the grim reality. Krypton was dying. He created a force field to save Argo City, but it was a desperate gamble. To ensure Kara's survival, he had to send her away in a pod. But the recording ends in a nightmare. A mysterious figure bursts into the room and shoots her father down. The truth hits Kara like a freight train. Grief turns into pure, unbridled rage. She screams, tearing through the ghost city, smashing buildings in her path, until she comes face to face with a terrifying alien named Rain. Blinded by fury, Kara attacks, convinced Rain is behind all this. But as they clash, Rain reveals a shocking truth. She is also searching for the survivors of Krypton. Rain is a world killer, one of the biological weapons created by ancient Kryptonian scientists and exiled for being too dangerous. Rain explains that she returned to Krypton to find her creators, only to find the planet on the brink of death. She isn't here to save Kara. She's here for answers. With Kara's powers fading fast away from the radiation of a yellow sun, Rain easily overpowers her. She pins Kara against a wall and leaves her there. Trapped in a dead city, slowly being pulled into the heart of a deadly blue sun. With the last of her strength, Kara tries to break free, but Rain's blade is driven too deep into the wall, pinning her fast. As the blue sun looms closer, Kara almost gives up. She begins to accept her fate, thinking that if she has to die, at least it will be here, in Argo, the city where she was born. But in her darkest moment, the memories of her mother and father flicker to life. Their voices echo in her mind, urging her to stand up, to fight, and to survive. In a surge of desperate willpower, Kara finally tears herself loose. Her parents' spirits plead with her to leave Argo behind and save herself. It's a heartbreaking goodbye, as Kara flies away from her past one last time. Meanwhile, back on Earth, the peace of a quiet afternoon in New York City is shattered. Rain appears in the middle of a crowded street, sending people into a panic. She confronts the police and threatens them with cold, calculated words. And here's a detail you might have missed. Rain can speak perfect English. The military doesn't wait. Heavily armored tanks and attack helicopters surround Rain. But she is completely unimpressed. She plans to conquer Earth, and she has the power to do it. With terrifying ease, she stops a tank shell, rips the machine apart, and turns her sights on the soldiers inside. Just before she can strike, Supergirl arrives. She slams into Rain, stopping her cold. Rain assumes Kara has returned to claim the Earth for herself. But Kara makes it clear. She's only here to take Rain down and protect the Earth. The battle turns brutal. Despite Kara's strength, Rain is a seasoned warrior with far more combat experience. To secure her victory, Rain activates a massive force field that locks down all of New York City, using the exact same technology Kara's father used to save Argo. Kara thinks she still has a fighting chance. But then, Rain drops a chilling revelation. Just like the Kryptonians, the World Killers have more than one survivor. With a sinister look, Rain calls out to her sisters, and 3 more World Killers descend upon the city. We kick off this finale with a dark look into the past, the origin of the World Killers. These monsters weren't born. They were engineered in a lab using the embryos of various alien species discovered by Kryptonian scientists. They are literally built for destruction. Back in the present, Kara is in the fight of her life. It's 4 against 1. These World Killers are terrifyingly powerful, but Kara isn't backing down. Even though she's being suppressed, something inside her is clicking. For the first time, we see Kara truly mastering her abilities. She's not just swinging wildly anymore, she's becoming a warrior. Realizing the city is being torn apart, Kara tries to lure the fight away from the civilians, but Rain is relentless. She intercepts Kara midair, slamming her back into the pavement. The battle turns even more brutal. The World Killers swarm her with everything they've got. But in this chaos, Kara finds her rhythm. She's fighting, struggling, and saving citizens all at the same time. And the most impressive part, she's doing this all alone. No Superman, no Justice League, just Kara. Then, Kara remembers something Rain said. Only a World Killer can kill a World Killer. In a split-second move, Kara grabs the razor-sharp arm of one World Killer and drives it into another. The impact is devastating. Seeing her team wounded, Rain screams, "Enough!" Surprisingly, Rain calls for a retreat. She refuses to let any more of her sisters die today. But before she flies off, she leaves Kara with a chilling warning. She will return. And here's the biggest mystery of all. Rain reveals that when they first woke up in the Kryptonian lab, one stasis pod was already shattered. There's a fifth World Killer out there, someone who woke up long ago and has been hiding in the shadows. Who could it be? Kara has done it. She saved the world from a cosmic threat. But after everything she's been through, the loss of her home, and the fight for her life, will she choose to stay on Earth and become the hero we know as Supergirl? All right, everyone, that's the end of the story. What did you think? Did you love it? Or do you have another comic book story you want me to cover next? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please hit that like button, leave a comment, follow, and subscribe to help us grow. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next leap. Bye!